This is a review of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen class, Deluxe Class, Jolt. Enjoy. So, Jolt. Oh, God, Jolt. So, you might be wondering why I'm responding like this to Jolt. Well, see, the thing is, Jolt is one of the many Bayverse characters to get very little screen time in the final film. You know, and heck, even if you go to YouTube and search up Revenge of the Fallen Jolt all scenes or something even close to that, I'm dying. The video is only There's a video that pops up that's only 52 seconds long. Now, it wouldn't be a problem if he appeared in the following Bay films, but, you know, Revenge of the Fallen, but he doesn't, as Transformers Revenge of the Fallen is the only film he appears in. And I bet the only reason they made him appear as little as he did is because he was the one that combined Jetfire and Optimus together in that one scene, and he never appears in the film after that point. So, yeah. And I know, before anyone comments, I know making the CGI models for these guys back in the day was very expensive to do, and they couldn't have them appear in every scene, because that would be really expensive, but still, they could have done something. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the actual toy. I'll first start off with something that I've, thought about for a while. The head. I heard somewhere or read somewhere that's concept art, or at least it's based on concept art, and what reinforces, especially for me, is the fact that his Studio Series counterpart has a completely different head sculpt, which might be more accurate to the final film, but if I'm going to be dead honest, I kind of like the concept art head better, as I think it fits the overall body a lot more, Like, while I don't think the new head is bad, I don't think the new head isn't bad at all. The concept one just works better for me. Anyway, on to his accessories. Like Ironhide, Jolt has his weapons built into his arms. Unlike Ironhide, however, they won't pop out on their own. If you pulled back his smokestack, they would pop out. Nothing here like that on Jolt. Instead, you have to move them out manually. And his little wire things that he uses to connect Jetfire and Prime. And they're very short. As in the film, his whip-like things were used to combine them, as I said before. They're long and bendy, but here they're short and static. Of course, this was done to accommodate how they store in the vehicle mode, but it's still worth pointing out. Another thing I want to point out, or put my 2 cents into, these clunky bits of kibble on his back. Now, so far for the figures I've already reviewed, they didn't have much kibble for me to talk about, except for Jetfire, who is basically made of kibble. But here, it's quite cumbersome, and there's no real direction on how these things are supposed to even be laid out. As you can pose them like this, or even this, with this one to me being the best way to store them, as they barely get in the way here. But anyway, now with that out of the way, let's get to his articulation. So, Jolt's articulation is clunky. Very clunky. Yeah, so, as you can see, got his head, which looks, I think is the concept art head. And, you can move it a little bit. Can't do a full 360 or anything, like Q's could. And then you got the arm, can move up that far. And you have this, which can just go up and down, full 360, as all of them can. A swivel right there. Then that can go up that far, back that far, alright, and then pivot at the claw. It's more of a claw instead of a hand. And weapons can come out though
these little pincers that I've already talked about. You know, those. And this also likes to come up a lot, but yeah. And you can't really rotate because of it, but if you move it out of the way, you can get a pretty nice rotation. And the leg looks very chunky. You take it, it can move up this far and back that far. Can do a little swivel thanks to the ball joint. This can do a tiny swivel, tiny pivot, and it can go up and then down like that. And the foot is just really weird because the transformation it slots right like that, you know. But it can go up that far, and then this part can extend down like that and up, and then the ball joint. So you know, all kinds of articulation. So it's just really strange, really. Like, it's not terrible, but you know, can't really. A little limited in the arms, and definitely limited in the legs, and all this kibble back here is getting in the way of him actually being able to use his, you know, waist rotation. But you know, it was a 2009 toy, so the clunkiness is expected. Really, it's just, yeah.
The transformation is very, what's the word, clunky. A lot of parts tend to get in the way of each other when transforming, almost as if they're rubbing against each other. The clearance issues are clear as day. Get it clear. And make his transformation take longer than it should. The vehicle mode is amazing, as it always is on all these toys. Although I will say, the back of the car looks very weird compared to the front, which looks very curved. This is very bland and square looking. But the car that Jolt is, the Chevy Volt, looks like that anyway, so, you know, checks out. Compared to all the other movie toys, or older movie toys, he fits pretty well in terms of scale, but with the newer ones, you know, like Studio Series, like B and Dino here, he doesn't fit as well. So, now onto the end part. Do I say to pick one of these guys up? I mean, I guess. It's more or less depending on your preference. If you want something that's kind of fun to play around with and mess around with, then I would say recommend this one. I would just say to get this one. But if you want something that is more accurate to the final film, with terms of head accuracy, I guess, then the Studio Series one is a better option for you. But, you know, I mean, it's not that bad of a toy, and isn't that hard to pick up cheap on eBay, really. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's really it. But anyways, guys, that is my review on Transformers Revenge Fall on Duck's Class to Jolt. Follow me on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!